And hello again guys, and welcome back to Professor Layton and the Curious Village. I haven't done an episode on this for a while because a few things have popped up and I will tell you them as I go on. Last time I remember we were just doing the puzzles that we missed out on, yes. But since I ain't done an episode for a while, we're actually going to continue with the story. So, at the manor. Okie dokie, we're off to the manor. Okay, while I'm on my way to the manor, I shall say what I've been doing. Well, I've recently acquired XCOM Enemy Unknown for the Xbox, so I've been playing that and have been unable to record that. And I also wanted to finish playing To the Moon before I carried on with this. I wanted to just get that out of the way, and it's a brilliant game. I suggest watching those videos I made. But anyway, let's continue with this. Well, if it isn't Claudia out and about. And that reminds me of a puzzle. Give it a try, my boy. We're off to a puzzle straight away. Not bad. Weighing cats. There are 3 different colours of toy cats, each colour having a different weight. Examples 1 and 2 and their relative weights. You have 3 red cats, 4 black cats on one side of the scale, and 4 white cats and 1 black cat on the centre, on the other. Given this setup, what will scale do? A, B, or C? Okay. So, 1, 2... So that... What's that? Those 3 are the same weight as those. So for every 3 black and 3 red... Oh no, that's the question. Okay, I just completely messed up. Okay, so every 2 black and 1 white is 3 red. Every 5 black is 4 white. I have no idea on this one. Using the results of example 1 and 2 to simplify the relative weights of the groups of cats being weighed, look close to find an accurate equivalent. Well, nothing goes into 5 that 4 goes... That also goes into 4. I have no freaking idea. Well, that is the weight of that. Add 1 of those. For you. Ah, yes. Since that's the weight of those 4, which is same there, and 1 of those, it's pretty much taking 1 away from there, and onto that one. So it'd go that way. That would go down. We just need to find out how much the red are worth. I think it's going to tip left.
Well, here's my guess.
Yes! I am back! Excellent. If you replace the red cats on the left with the equivalent weight of the black cats on the white cats, and the white cats on the right with the equivalent weight of the black cats, this puzzle becomes much simpler. Once you make the replacement, you'll have 6 black cats on the right and 6 black... I just found it easier to go... Where was that the... No. I just found it easier if... I don't know. Once you realise how you need to look at things, it's not terribly difficult problem, now is it? Hey, paying scrap. Let's add it to the picture. Ooh, it's a side piece. Does it go there? It goes there. That's starting to look like it's the top. Yes. I have not a clue. Oh well. Now not switch back. We will solve that painting eventually. We're off inside. Upstairs we go. Are you trying to poison me? What are these vile things? You oafsome butler you are. Oh, I'm terribly. I'm so sorry, sir. I just cake. The very sight of them turns my stomach. Get that plant out of here at once. Oh, yes, of course. Ah, Layton. There you are. You requested our presence, Inspector Chelmley? My sources tell me you've been out snooping about and interfering in my case. Just what are you up to? It certainly wasn't my intention to interfere in your case. However, a few things don't make sense. Leave the investigation to the police and go chase after that golden apple or whatever it is. Don't you worry your pretty little head about it. I'll find Simon's killer, of that you can be sure. Now, unless you have something else to say, I've got work to do here. Understood. Good day, sir. That Inspector Chelmley has some nerve dismissing us like that. Like I said before, I don't like him one bit. What do you say we ask Raymond about yesterday, Luke? Okay, back upstairs we go, I guess. Or maybe he's not here. Downstairs again. Or is he at the boat again? He's at the boat. Good day, Raymond. How are you feeling? Oh, it's a fiddle now, Professor. Perhaps even a vivacious as a violin. Oh, that awful fatigue from last week seems like it never happened. As you can see, I'm bursting with energy, and my skin is as soft as baby's. I feel like I'm a teenager again. Is that so? That's good to hear. He doesn't seem to remember what happened yesterday, does he? He has no idea what happened. So, what's our next move? We shall respect the inspector's wishes and leave the murder case alone, Luke. It's Inspector Chelmley said solving crime is the police job. Besides, something tells me that this case and the golden apple are more related than we've realized. That's the intuition of yours talking again, isn't it, Professor? First and foremost, we need to find a clue that might bring us close to the golden apple. Perhaps one of Baron Reinhold's relations or close friends can help point us in the right direction. Of course, there's also someone else. Let's see if the butler has anything to say on the subject. And back to the house we go. The hunt begins. It's finally time to start the search for the golden apple. Explore St Mystere for clues. Save. Yes. This case is really picking up. Into the door. There you are. Oh, back so soon, Professor. Matthew, I was wondering if you knew anything about anything that could point us in the direction of the golden apple. Anything you know would be great help. For example, did the Baron say anything before he passed away? I'm so sorry, sir, to disappoint you, Professor, but the Master never said anything of the sort to me. I'd very much like to help you in your search, but my duties here prevent me from leaving the grounds. If only Ingrid was around to provide some assistance. I beg your pardon, sir? Ingrid? It's been years since she left, but Ingrid used to work as a servant in the mansion. She was Flora's nurse, and she often helped me with my work. Matthew? Yes, my lady, I'll be right there. Please excuse me, sir, the lady calls. If you're curious about Ingrid, why not pay her a visit and talk to her yourself? Let's see, at this time of day, I'd imagine she's out walking around the village, by the village shop. Please do me a favour and tell her that I send my regards. Certainly. He'll be sure to pass on your message. Thank you for all your help, Matthew. Isn't Ingrid that sweet old lady we passed by before? Ah, indeed. We also saw her in that picture of young Flora. Come, Luke, let's go and find the old girl. Off we go, then. The village shop is just outside the manor, right? It will be there in no time. We're off to find Ingrid. Wherever... Yeah, there she is. She's so small. Oh, goodness. If it isn't Mr. Laybout, was it? The name's Layton, madam. That's right, Mr. Layton. What can I do for you, sir? Earlier we were talking with the butler at Rainholm Manor, and he mentioned you used to work there. We'd very much like to hear everything you might know about the Baron. Something at the back of my throat. Challenge, you want to hear about the Baron? I'm afraid the only stories I have are from when I worked at the manor, and that was ages ago. That could be ideal, madam. Would you mind telling us one? Alright, well, I suppose I could tell you a bit about the Baron and his former wife. The way Mr. Reynold and his wife would carry on, they almost seemed to be like children. You'd never seen a man so in love as Mr. Reynold was. When she passed away, Flora was all the Baron had to remember her by, and she raised that little girl with all the love a child could want. The things he'd bring home for her, toys from all over the world, and teddy bears as big as yourself. She was in high spirits in those days. He really wanted to give her all the affection in the world. So where has Flora gone? Your guess is as good as mine, sir. I've no clue where that girl went. She left the mansion, well, after I stopped working at the Rainholds. Some say Lady Dahlia put Flora on the street to keep the family riches to herself, but that's nonsense. After all, the Baron cared about Flora so much, I can't imagine that he'd allow something like that. You know, you just reminded me. The grave of the Baron's former wife is located in the manor garden. I wonder who takes care of it now. The Baron's former wife is buried in the garden? Thank you, madam. You've been extremely helpful. Luke, let's head back to the manor. I have a feeling that the grave might hold the clue we've been looking for. God damn it, this game has a lot of... Well, not bad. What are you doing there? Oh look, it's Matthew. Good day, Professor. Were you able to track down Ingrid? Yes, we did. In fact, we were just speaking with her. I mean, no disrespect, but she said the grave of the Baron's former wife lies on these grounds. Do you have any knowledge of this? Lady Viola's grave, sir. I was just about to visit it myself. Would you mind if we came along to take a look? No, not in the slightest. Right this way. Aww. Here's the entrance, sir. Please watch your step on the way in. Oh, this is a beautiful place, but it's sad. This is Lady Viola's grave. Gosh, this place is really nice. It's not creepy at all. The late Baron, rest his soul, told me to keep this place in proper order, and I've tried to do so. You've done a splendid job. Here sleeps Viola, my one true love. This statue looks so much like Lady Dahlia, it's hard to believe it's someone else. Back when Flora was just a tiny little thing, Lady Viola used to take her to the park. Some of the flowers in the garden grew from the ones Flora planted here for their mother. Oh, I forgot to tell you about the Baron's diary. It should still be on the desk in my lady's room. It's possible that it might contain some information that could aid your search for the golden apple. My thanks, Matthew. But be sure to give it once over later. Now then, Luke, we'd best head back to the Rainholm Manor. Oh, that is such... Oh, you can definitely tell the Baron cared for his wife, because that was a beautiful grave. Lady Dahlia's room. This must be the diary that Matthew spoke of. I have to admit, he seems to know where everything is in the manor. There's something about reading someone else's diary that just doesn't seem proper to me. However, the investigation must continue, so... The craftsmanship of it is simply remarkable. It reminds me of my sweet Viola when she was alive. What do you suppose it refers to? Flora doesn't like the thing at all. I've been seeing her run away from it on multiple occasions. Recently she's been spending more time playing by dear Viola's grave than anywhere else. I'm sad to say I doubt Flora will ever take to it. I can't blame her, as I've changed his personality. I felt terrible forcing that change on Flora, but I just couldn't bear to see it like that anymore. Viola, there can never be another you. You are my first, my last, and my only. Damn, that's sweet. Changed his personality? I'm not sure what the Baron means, but this is clearly vital information. I collapsed some days ago and have been bedridden ever since. I feel as if I've failed Flora as a father. I can only hope that when I'm gone, the people of the village look after Flora and care for her as I did. You must be terribly ill. It seems like I'm not long for this world, and the time has come for me to say goodbye to my little Flora. I've left everything in Bruno's care now. Flora, I pray you find happiness in this life. I've disclosed the location of the secret place in a note that I've left with an old friend. It is my most fervent hope that the Speaker of the Golden Apple finds it and grants my dearest wish. Professor! Baron Reynolds' old friend. We must seek out this person, Luke. But Professor, how can we possibly find that person with nothing but this diary to go on? Aha! It's like I always say, Luke. Any good investigation starts on the streets. We'll just have to ask everybody in the village about the matter. What? I mean, of course, you're absolutely right. Professor, let's get to it. Oh, of course. Any investigation also needs direction. Let's start by asking Ingrid a few questions. She seems to know a great deal about Baron Reinhold. If it was me, I'd ask the butler, Matthew, who the Baron's best mate was. Ooh, she's here. Didn't have to go far.
Oh, look, it's Professor Layton, was it?
The name's Layton, madam.
Oh, that's right, Professor Layton. Oh, they're talking about the mansion we did last time. We got me reminiscing. Said he said to stop by for a visit. But enough about me. By the look on your face, it seems like you have something you want to ask me.
As a matter of fact, I do. Do you happen to know who Baron Reinhold's considered his close friends?
His friends, you say? Well, he wasn't exactly what you'd call a sociable butterfly. I'm sorry, that's all I can remember. Oh, wait a moment. I do believe I saw that Zapone fellow pay a visit to the mansion a few times.
Professor, could you be referring to that man we met? Ah, yes. That gentleman with the fancy little mustache. We should ask him if he knows anything. I would wager he's still hanging around that fork in the road just beyond the clock tower. And off we go. That way. Where are you, Capone? Capone. There you are.
Close friends of the Baron. Well, I myself have the pleasure of meeting Baron Reinhold a few times.
But you weren't a close friend of his.
Me? Ah, oh no, I was nothing of the sort.
I see. Can you think of anyone at all who was friendly with Baron Reinhold?
I might know someone. Actually, no, I don't. Or do I? Now let me think.
I guess Zapone can't really tell us much of anything. He's useless. Yes, I'm afraid he was no help at all. I suppose that means we're back where we started. But at least we can be sure that this close friend we're after is a resident of St Mystere. We mustn't give up, Luke. Let's continue to ask around. Let's go circle around. Oh, what's this? Professor, there's something on the ground here. That's right, it appears to be a scrap of paper. Will you check if anything's written on it? Sure thing. Let's see here. The boss compliments my dearest model today. He's a good guy, and he's given me a new sense of purpose. I'm sure that this is my true calling. I want to perfect my skills so I can repay the man for his generosity. This sounds a great deal like a diary entry, doesn't it? Judging by how the writer uses the term the boss, I imagine he was under the employment of the Baron. I've constructed models to fit every situation, just like the boss asked me to. I have to smile when I see how interested he is in them. That's the end of the story. That's the end of the entry. Do you suppose the person made some sort of models for a living? Let's ask you. You were stood next to the paper. You're suspicious. It dropped out of your pocket.
Not me being an old man of society, myself, I've never so much as a conversation with a brown railroad. Now, laddie, much as I'd like to keep chatting, I'm awfully tired. Think I need to go and lie down.
Are you feeling unwell, sir?
Oh, just a dosage lately. That's it. An awful noise coming from that toy, you see. That's got so loud I can't sleep a wink at night.
Do you know what's causing the noise?
It's just a rumour, but I heard that every time that sound rips through St Mystere, someone disappears. They say the ones who go missing are people who've been talking about feeling tired. But those who disappear are back before you know it, so it's probably just a load of poppycock.
Whenever the noise occurs, someone disappears? Interesting. Do you find the peculiar sound has anything to do with that strange old man who kidnapped Raymond? It's certainly a possibility, isn't it? But why would he release his victims after going through the trouble of kidnapping them? I have no idea.
No, that's wrong.
Do you mean me, good sir?
Yep, you. This flower vase is yours, right? I've been keeping it nice and safe for you.
Never seen the thing. Who's that? Someone's got big feet.
I've never seen anyone just forget something like this while shopping.
I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. I've never seen that vase before in my life.
What? This fancy vase doesn't belong to you? So why did that man tell me to give this to you? What did this man look like?
Oh, sorry, what did this man look like?
Well, my hat was a way of obscuring certain details for me. It's the worst, I tell you. Aha! But back to the issue at hand. My mystery man wasn't a regular around here, that's for sure. Don't worry though, I'll just give it back to the guy next time I see him. So speaking of flower vases, I know I'm puzzled out of your life. It's just a bad one over anything, but it's the least I can do for bothering you about the vase.
So in other words, you don't want to only just annoy us with a face which isn't ours, you also want to give us a puzzle which we someone knocked over this beautiful vase and shattered it. Fit the pieces together and restore the vase so its original shape. There's one catch though. Mixed in with the pieces is a single piece with from a different vase. Oh, that's obviously there. That's definitely there. That's definitely there. And that's definitely there. That's there. That is there. And that is there. And that is there. So that is the fake. That was easy.
Well, here's my guess.
Woo!
I did it!
Good job. Repairing the vase wasn't much of a challenge, was it? Oh, if only fixing things in real life were this simple. Agreed.
You've got a good head on your shoulders, I'm impressed. By the way, you sure don't want to take this fresh sausage home with you? Believe me, there are some blinks you don't want to be missing.
No, thank you. We're just fine.
Too bad. Not to bust your chops or anything, but that deal was a one-time offer. Maybe you'd have said yes if you knew what that steak.
I think we're done here, Luke. I couldn't agree more, Professor. Okay, what's with the rubbish? What kind of lout just throws rubbish on the ground? How dare... I'm going to pick it up. It's an old newspaper. Honestly, you'd think that everybody would know that rubbish goes in the bin. Wait a second. You have to take a look at this article. Well, would you look at that? It seems to be Inspector Chelmy. Aha! Look at that. Show me hailed as brilliant detective and devoted husband. So he's married. Show me hailed as brilliant detective and devoted husband. Wow. Jeremy celebrates these successful careers with his favourite treat, his wife's cakes. He said he didn't like cakes. Wow. Who saw that one coming? He's so gruff that I never imagined he had a soft side like that. Just look at that old grump grinning over his plate of cake. I knew he was fussing over nothing when he said he hated cakes back at Raynor Manor. That's right. Luke, he did say that. I'm very curious. Maybe he hates his wife's cakes, but he doesn't want to be mean to her, so... yeah.
So, is it true that I'm hearing two of you? Are you really searching the village for a Reinhold fortune?
That's correct, sir. Currently we're in search of a close friend of Baron Reinhold's. We believe he was entrusted to his friend with an important note.
Gracious, that's quite a search you got on your hands. Oh, excuse me, my name is Archibald. The Baron and I were great friends, thick as thieves. We used to have the most amazing conversations late into the night. Do you think that perhaps I'm the one you're searching for?
Yes, I think so. What luck that after all this searching we should bump into you in a place like this. I have one question. Do you recall ever receiving a small note or written message from the Baron?
I don't remember ever receiving anything of the sort from Gus. But he did give me a fine desk that once belonged to him. It's at home. Maybe it holds some kind of clue.
The Baron's desk, you say?
Excellent. Would you like to come over to my place and take a look at it?
You are most gracious. If you'd be kind enough to allow us to look at what would be grateful.
I'm sure Gus wouldn't mind two fine puzzle lovers such as yourself looking over his desk. Actually, let me impart a few pearls of wisdom on you while I got your attention. Focusing on your cases as well and good, but if you don't solve some puzzles, you'll be sorry later. So make an effort to find puzzles around the village and just solve the ones you can. Take it from this old-timer, it's good to stop and smell the puzzle sometimes. Alright, I got off my high horse. Now, let's go to my house, follow me. This is Gus's old desk. That's the time we need to examine it. Take all the time you need to examine it.
Splendid. Luke, let's get right to it. I'm guessing that's the desk. Maybe the drawer? There's nothing in here. Let's look somewhere else. Maybe the other drawer. There's a note. It seems to be a note. It may point us in the direction of the golden apple. What do you make of this X? I'm afraid I don't know at the moment. The hunt begins. Oh yeah. Woo!
Sorry to interrupt you, but I just received a call from the innkeep, Beatrice. It seems she's concerned about one of her guests, and she's like your thoughts on the problem.
Well, we'd best go and help her. Thank you, Archibald. Now off to the inn we go, Luke. To the inn.